So I was in the house for a good 2.5 months by myself, which was great. Wonderful, living like a bachelor.
Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode of Coupled Up with
Dex
and Chelsea. Can't believe we're doing this.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
6 months to be exact.
Yes, and we decided with everything that's going on right now in the world, specifically COVID-19, coronavirus, whatever you want to call it, that this would be the perfect opportunity for us to sit down and talk about what's been going on.
Yep.
Oh, you don't want me doing this?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, to state the obvious, we're all kind of locked in our houses right now because of the virus. And so it's gave us more time because we're also not trying to take over the world all at one time right now. Now that the wedding's done, now that we've moved in together, we have some time to actually sit down and make videos.
Yeah.
So I guess the first thing that we were doing was getting married.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. A lot went into planning a wedding. And not only that, we were either like not well or just delusional or what crazy. We decided to also build the house at the same time.
Yeah, we've talked about that before, and obviously a lot of Dexter's energy went into the house. That's what he was mainly focused on, and I was mainly focused on the wedding. And so trying to navigate through all of that was a lot, and we've kind of touched on it in the past, but the months leading up to the wedding was just crazy.
Yeah.
And then Dexter moved into the house back in October, and then that's when we closed. And then I moved in, I moved in after we got married. So,
which was in January.
Yes.
So I was in the house for a good 2.5 months by myself, which was great. Wonderful, living like a bachelor. Because the thing is, besides the period where I was living in my family's home while they were abroad, this was the only real time where I was living alone in a place that I actually was paying some sort of rent towards or money towards.
Yeah, I've never lived alone.
Yeah, and so
Ever.
You've never. Yeah,
never.
I've had the joy of doing that for a little while.
For a what?
Not
a little while.
A little while.
When your parents were abroad.
Yeah,
that was
only
a long
like
time.
8 months. That 6 to 8 months that I was by myself. But it was great. And so, and now we've moved in together. And so it's been a process of learning how to live with one another.
Yes. But going back to COVID and Corona and everything, we very deeply feel for everyone that's being affected by this. Specifically when you're talking about weddings and stuff, I'm in so many different Facebook groups of different brides and stuff around the city and even around the country. And there's so many people right now that are having to postpone, or even some are just canceling altogether and just going and eloping, or just different things like that. And when you put so much time, energy, money, effort, everything into planning a wedding, and then a week, 2, 3 weeks before you're having to cancel, I can only imagine what people are feeling right now. And that sucks. But, weddings is one thing. Unfortunately, I know someone who lost their mom and during this time, not from Corona, but she planned a funeral, and then a couple days ago they said CDC recommended no gatherings larger than 10. So now she's trying to figure out, okay, what do I do with that? Okay, maybe we'll have time slots for viewings. It's just crazy what people are having to navigate and go through right now, and it's insane.
It's sad. And the thing is, it's not just people here in our area. This is really something that's impacting us all globally. And so with that, just observing the CDC's warnings and staying indoors to help limit the spread and exposure to the virus. So we've been trying to practice that as much as possible, just going out to the store occasionally. And, we are also not able to go to church. And so last Sunday we had just some family over to watch and stream church with us.
Okay,
This Sunday, we went to Chelsea's parents' house to have a watch party. So we're all just learning to adapt. I love there was a good point that our pastor said today. We're supposed to be practicing as recommended by the CDC social distancing. But really, what he said is this is even more the time that we need to be socializing more and becoming close socially. And really, it needs to be physical distancing, not social distancing. Yeah, he doesn't like the social distancing word. Right, because right now is the prime time for us to learn how to lean and depend on each other. So that was a real big point. And so we're trying to practice that as well. And hence our relaunching the page and trying to do videos more.
Do better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that happened recently.
Go for it.
So my birthday was a couple days ago, and this is so small in the midst of everything. But, you know, I was thinking, I'm going to go out and have a dinner with some of my friends. We're going to do a little bit of turn up or whatever.
Nope.
No. So it was Dexter, my sister, and my parents. They came over. Mm-hmm. We had gringos delivered. We had some fajitas, and we had some wings. And we just played games. And so it was still a great time. And just with everything, I'm just happy enough to even be able to do that. Mm-hmm. So it's all good. Right.
But with all of this comes more time of just being at home with each other.
Mm-hmm. It's a big adjustment. So I already work out of the house. And I travel for work and everything. But obviously, they're telling us not to travel except for essential things. We're not getting on planes, and they're saying only get in your car even for stuff that's very essential as well. And so I'm working from home. He's now working from home, which is a huge adjustment because he has not done that
in a while.
A long time.
Not since I moved back to Texas.
Yeah.
And it's also now the difference of managing a team and a pretty decent sized team with a bunch of different projects. It's not an easy thing, you know, supporting just work from home and supporting other people from home. So it's been a struggle. And so I work for a school district, and so we're trying to figure out how can we support students and families while they're at home. And so I'm sure a lot of you who know kids and just thinking about that.
You're having to homeschool your kids right now?
Oh, you're learning. So appreciate your teachers. Yeah. It's an important job. That's just between having, I feel like I have more meetings now that I am remote because we need to check in with each other more. We can't just stop by someone's office and, hey, where's this? Or just, check in with folks like that. Now we have to actually meet and schedule time to talk more. So that's been an adjustment. But also too, is just now with us being at home with each other every day, all day, y'all, being married and living with someone is a completely different animal because it's not
never spent this much time together before.
No.
Even outside of being quarantined together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
Yeah. It's different.
It
learning how, so I am the more free-spirited, free-flowing person in the relationship, and Dexter is the more OCD role.
I'm not OCD, but I like things in
order way.
And we do things
in a particular way.
Sure.
Too. So that has been an adjustment. Adjustment is like the word of the whole thing because whereas I am like, it'll get done when it gets done. He gets in different modes, or he gets in this mindset of, when I get home, or later on I want to let's clean up the living room. Or let's do this, let's do that, and you want to get it done then. Whereas I'm, once again, let's just do it tomorrow or whatever. So
but
having
it's
a
always
compromise on
let's
that.
do it tomorrow, or we can do it whatever. Just sit down and relax.
Sit down and relax.
I don't like that because I feel like we always will sit down and relax, and it's always it can get done later. So we've been needing to move these dishes from the containers they're in our garage to in our living room or whatever to our storage building, our climate controlled storage building, and it's still here 3 months later.
Yeah.
And that's a big point of aggravation for me because it's like
it's in the garage now.
Me and her parents have talked about every time you go out, just throw some in your vehicle and just drop it off at the storage. And Chelsea's viewpoint is no, do it all at once. But if you don't start somewhere, it's never going to get done. And that is the big point of contention, and the difference between the both of us is we need to start, but she wants to just chill out and relax.
You know, so with the dishes now, especially since they're in the garage, if it's not harming you, then, you know, like, it's okay. It'll get done when it gets done.
When it comes to the cleaning, by and large, a lot of that falls on me. And I will get it done.
And we talk through that.
Like, Chelsea is good about, you know, getting the dishes washed for the most part and all that stuff. In the kitchen, she takes care of that. But, like, everywhere else, it's like things need to get cleaned. And I wanted to hire, I had a woman come in and give us an estimate on cleaning the house.
But just deep cleaning it once isn't going to do anything.
I get that.
But, like, I am more frugal, and I do not want to spend money on getting someone to come into our house once a month, whatever it may be, to come and clean our house. Like, because if that's the case, then let's set up every third Saturday, every third Thursday, whatever it is, we're going to split up the duties, and we're going to do it together, and we're going to get it done. But if you're wanting me to help you, and this is something that we're working on too, if he's wanting me to help him, because, yeah, I'm not going to get up and just do it, just do it. Like, because I don't like cleaning. I just don't. If you ask me to do it, I'll do it. But if you just expect me to, I don't like to clean. But anywho, one thing that we're working on is him saying, hey, I need help with this, or hey, can you go and do this or that? Because I can't read his mind. So if he just starts sweeping the floor and I can tell that he's aggravated, and I'm like, what's wrong? And you say nothing. And then come to find out later on, he wishes that I would have gotten up to help him sweep the floor, like if he had 2 brooms or something. You know what I mean? So just communicate to me, hey, do you mind helping me in about an hour or 2? I want to do this. Let's talk through it. When's a good time for the both of us to do this? And let's go from there.
Yeah, well, so it's true. As you can see, communication is the overall thing. I'm a work in progress. I know that there is a lot to learn and get used to in living with someone like me.
Yeah, me.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're still working on it, but honestly, there's so much joy that comes from living together as well. Not the least of which is just having someone to come home to, especially after a stressful day, to be able to come decompress, lay on the couch, drink wine together, eat dinner. Y'all
figure out what we're gonna eat together.
Yeah. Well, really, it's been a lot of her figuring out what we're gonna eat, because I don't have the culinary skills, and she does.
But you've cooked a couple meals.
Yeah, it takes me like 2.5, 3 hours to cook one meal.
That was a very intense meal, but that's okay.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. That's like one of the 2 times that I've actually made dinner. Other than that, I do breakfast. Yeah, I'm a breakfast type of person.
Surprise me on a weekend with breakfast in bed, and I will take it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. And so that's been a whole thing, and it's great because your boy's been eating, and it's wonderful. I enjoy it. But yeah, so I mean, it's a whole process in learning. Oh, I mean, the other thing is, like, since we're living together, the struggle and the thing that frustrated me before is like, man, I wish we could just get up and just go to whatever. But she's all the way in Egypt. She used to live way across Houston, that's like 45 minutes away from me. And now she's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's just go
do
whatever. Yeah. Because we're married too.
Yes.
I mean, and also, the thing I am most excited about in love.
Oh my gosh.
We can actually be physically intimate with each other. Love it.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, no.
It's wonderful.
Okay, hold on. A big thing for me too is now since
Are you going away from physical intimacy?
Now since he's my husband,
I'm gonna come back to physical intimacy.
He can now drive my car.
Oh yeah.
Because I drive a corporate company car,
yeah.
And the policy is that only the person who works for the company and their spouse.
And she was super strict about that.
I was, because I'm
like, come on, I can just drive it to the store around the corner.
It's not you. I'm not nervous about him. I'm nervous about someone else coming and rear-ending him or whatever it is. And then there goes my dog.
Sound like my mama.
Yeah.
And like, that's been the thing, is because we spent all this time, 2.5+ years, developing the emotional intimacy and all that, and getting to know each other emotionally. and spiritually and everything else. And now it's the physical. And it's great. We get to enjoy that. And that's the thing that is like, yeah.
Cool.
She's like, we're going to cut all that out.
No.
And I'm like, no, we're not.
We don't have to cut it out. I'm just like, all right, next.
Yep. So it's great.
But yeah,
more we'll have an episode on that for sure.
Okay, so more videos to come, you guys.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk. No, we have a lot to talk about. So coming up, we have a lot of footage we've recorded about the wedding planning process. That was a whole thing. We have some great things about the whole DIYing. Love it. I've been bit by the bug, and so we have all of the things to talk about with that. The issues to talk about with wedding planning. We're going to talk about that in videos. But then also the whole building the house thing. It's been a whole process, and it was a thing that we have a bunch of footage on. And since we did the DIY with the wedding, I like doing the DIY with the house. And so we have a lot of videos, or we have videos that we have recorded of things we've done around the house, things we're going to continue to do around the house.
We're about to do something right now.
Yeah, after we stop this, we're going to start a new project. So got to show all that. And we're going to talk about everything we're going through. This new phase and chapter and stuff. So
stay tuned for all those videos. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you press the subscribe button.
Get it out.
I know. What else?
And hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date when we do post our videos.
And give this video a
regularly.
thumbs up.
Give it a thumbs
if you
up.
like it.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Thanks, you guys. Bye.
Deuces.